It's Monday, and the good stuff is all new with a furniture flip face-off. Leanne Allaire-Perreault judges as two viewers transform do-it-yourself treasures. Then, Leanne drops her own DIY magic with household fixes that can be done in a flash. Plus, discover denim done easy when Alexis Honce shares some of the latest denim trends of the season. And it's Bolognese for days. Mary reveals her favorite hacks to get a rich and velvety meal on the table tonight. The good stuff starts right now.
The show. We are kicking things off with two highly talented, crafty viewers who are about to go head to head in our furniture flip face-off. Let's meet our contestants.
Hi, I'm Tanya, and crafting is my passion. I started out as an art teacher, and then after years of living abroad, moved back to Toronto, opened up my own art studio called Studio Moi, and I love it. I love to work with all sorts of materials. Some of my favorite projects that I've just completed are refinishing furniture, doing embroidery, and making some blankets with yarn. I always like to take on new challenges and make new friends along the way. Here, you might find this useful.
Thanks, I'll do something with this. Hi, I'm Kathleen and I love to get hands-on. I actually love DIYing so much, I also made it a career. I've been running my company Snowdrop & Co. and sharing my ideas online for over 10 years. Some of my favorite craft projects I've completed are pasta frames, so cute, sardine dioramas, so cute too. And fingerprint pumpkins, so spooky. But today I'm excited to shake and make. Time to fire up those glue guns.
Give it up for Tanya and Kathleen. Hello, welcome to the show. I am so sad we did not call each other before. But before we get into this, judging this friendly face-off is none other than our very own DIY queen, Leanne Allaire-Perreault. So excited. I am feeling very excited, not least because you two kind of match and we kind of match. Right? This is a good day. This is a good day. All right, Leanne, tell our competitors what their challenge is today.
Okay, so for this throwdown, both you gals are gonna do a furniture flip, so make over a piece for us. We want to see a decor tabletop item, get a little reinvention, something for the wall. Bonus points if you add in a few extras. But what I'm really looking for is to see your personality and your kind of DIY expertise come to life in your vignette.
Okay. I really love this because that is, in my opinion, a very tall order. It is. Yes. All right. You have got your work cut out for you. We're going to see your creations at the end of the show. So off you go. Get to it. I'm so excited. This is going to be really, really great. I always learn so much whenever DIYers are here, and I feel very inspired. Whether I do it or not, you know what? I'm learning something new. Always a good thing. But it's time for me to get cooking. I am going to be making my fennel and sausage bolognese today. How does that sound? Yeah. I'm pumped about it. This is a dinner that is perfect for any night of the week because it's actually kind of a quick bolognese. It's not one of those ones that simmers away forever on the stove, but there's gonna be lots of extra sauce left over, so you're good. You can pop it in your freezer, you can keep it in your fridge, you're good for a good while. So the first thing we wanna do is get to work on that actual bolognese base. Now, as opposed to starting with just regular oil or something like that, I like to add a little flavor as soon as I get going. So in this pan here, I've got 50 grams of pancetta that Guys, we're starting with basically bacon. It's always a good thing. Always makes sense too. This is a morning show, so the smell of bacon makes sense. Now, whatever I am making bacon or pancetta, I always actually start it in a cold pan. So what I did was I diced it up and I added it into the pan before I turned on the heat. Then I turned on the heat to medium. So what that does is it kind of allows all the fat in that pancetta or that bacon to slowly melt out, and then it's gonna crisp up. So you're not gonna lock all of that fat in. It's gonna get crispy, it's gonna get beautiful, then you're gonna have all this pancetta fat to work with, which is basically free flavor. So total dream. So I am going to remove that crispy, beautiful pancetta from the pan. Just get as much as you can. If you leave any behind, it'll be fine. And if you don't have pancetta handy, you could totally do this with a few strips of bacon. So I'm gonna get most of it out. And then we're gonna add in our vegetables. Anytime you're making a good sauce, you wanna start with a good base of veg. So over here, we have got a mixture of an onion, just a classic yellow onion, a carrot that I've diced up as well as just one stalk of celery. So super simple. In France, this would be called a mirepoix. In Italy, it's called sofrito. So, you know, I could just call it delicious. So you do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna dice that up around the same size. If you're feeling extra lazy today, you could also just chuck this into a food processor and blitz it up. It'll get a little finer in the chop, but that's not a bad thing. If you want a more smooth sauce, feel free to do that. I like a little bit of chunk though, because then you get a little bit of texture, which is a total dream. So we'll get that nice and diced. I love celery. I know, people always ask me what like my desert island foods would be, and one would be saltines and one would be celery. Isn't that boring? I love cooking, but I love a good piece of celery too. All right, so I'm gonna add that celery right on into that fat. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of some oil too, just to help things get moving a bit more. If you had really, really fatty bacon or pancetta, you might not need to add the oil, but I'm gonna go in with about a tablespoon. I'm gonna go in with that carrot as well, and that onion. Now, as soon as this hits the heat, I wanna season that up with some salt and pepper. Now, the salt, what this does is it actually kind of draws moisture out of those vegetables, which helps them cook down and concentrate, giving you extra flavor. So it's not necessarily at this point about making things taste salty. It's more about cooking them down and concentrating the flavors that they actually have. Now, into there, we also need to add in some more flavors. I would let that cook down for about 5 minutes, but I'm gonna prep some more aromatics that take a little bit less time. So I always start with onions, celery, carrot, let it cook down until it's a little bit tender. Then I go in with my garlic. Now I've got 2 cloves of garlic here. If you wanted to go in with more, you totally could. But I'm just gonna rasp that. The finer you mince garlic, the more punchy the flavor gets. So if you want it a little bit softer, you'd actually thinly slice it. Kind of sounds weird because you're then gonna get a big chunk of garlic, but it gives you a softer garlic flavor. This is gonna be punchy and beautiful. Now again, I would be letting those veg cook at home for a little bit longer, just until they're tender, but I'm gonna go in with these aromatics now. So in goes my garlic. Then I promised you fennel and sausage bolognese. So I'm gonna add in some fennel seeds. If you don't have these at home in your pantry, get some. They are so good, they're punchy. People always say fennel tastes like licorice, but it doesn't. Don't listen to those people. It's licorice-y, but it's not licorice. It's really, really tasty. So I'm gonna go in with a teaspoon of that fennel seed. Then just some classic Italian seasoning. I pretty much always have this on hand. It's got a mixture of oregano, rosemary, basil, pretty much everything you want. Gonna go in with that. Then in addition, because I like a little bit of heat, a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon of some crushed red pepper flakes. I go a full teaspoon because I like things spicy, but you do you. So in that goes, looking beautiful. Give that a stir just to toast everything. And you just wanna allow those spices and that garlic to toast for about 30 seconds, because what that's gonna do is it's gonna pull back on that punchy garlic flavor, give those spices a little moment to kind of wake up from being in your pantry for who knows how long, let's be honest. I know I've got some in there and I'm like, I don't even know what this is anymore, but it smells good, so we'll keep it. All right, once that's nice and toasted, you wanna go in with your meat. So we have got over here, we've got 450 grams or a pound of lean ground beef, and I've also got 3 Italian sausages. Now you could use mild or you could use spicy, do whatever you want. I'm going mild today, but Italian sausage already has fennel in it, so adding that additional fennel just gets more punchy and beautiful. So I'm gonna go in with that beef, and in with that sausage. Now for the sausage, I've actually removed the casings because I don't necessarily want them in there. This just gives you that ground meat, so it's absolutely perfect. Break it up with the side of your spoon. And you'd wanna cook this down until it gets golden brown and cooks almost all the way through. Once it's there, that should take about, I'd say 6 to 8 minutes. That's when you start adding in your liquid. So I'm gonna let that start doing its thing. And now I'm gonna put my pasta in. So if you wanted to, you could do this with spaghetti, classic kind of spaghetti bolognese, but I'm gonna use pappardelle today, which is a bigger noodle. These guys, they come in the little nests. Anytime I buy those, I feel like I'm the fanciest person in the world. I also find them way easier to portion out. Typically, if I'm using just a classic straight pasta, I make enough for like 47 people. This I can usually budget. So I'm gonna go into my boiling salted pasta water and just let those cook until tender. So if I was doing this at home, I would have the ragu almost already done, and then I would cook that pasta, but here we're just gonna speed this up. So add that on in. Then once that meat has cooked down a little bit and got golden brown, this is where we're gonna add in those classic saucy ingredients. So the first thing I'm gonna go in with is a full tin of tomato paste. I am rarely gonna give you a recipe that asks for part of a tin of tomato paste because I hate using part of a tin. Because do you know what happens to the rest of this tin? You put it in your fridge, it just sits there. You find it a couple weeks later and you say, what is this? So full tin goes in. This is gonna give you that low and slow cooked sauce flavor, super tasty. Give that a stir, let it go for a few minutes just to kind of caramelize. Then we're gonna deglaze with my good friend, dry red wine. So always a good thing. We're going in with about half a cup. That's gonna bring everything together. Once that has simmered down, or you can just go right in for a little bit stronger of that wine flavor, a can of crushed tomatoes goes in, pop that in. And it's okay if your meat isn't fully cooked at this point because it can cook and poach in that sauce and it'll be absolutely beautiful. Now, one thing I do say is you do want to add in about a teaspoon or two of sugar. Tinned tomatoes can be a little acidic or a little bitter. This will just balance and round everything out. Give that a stir. I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer and let this cook just for about 15 minutes, up to an hour, and you're gonna have a beautiful ragu. I'm gonna let this do its thing. The pasta's cooking. When we come back, it's gonna be eating time. Competing in our furniture flip face-off. We're gonna see what they're working on at the end of the show, but right here, right now in the kitchen, I am making my sausage and fennel Bolognese. It smells really good in here. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm very excited. Now, what I did over the break was I let this sauce simmer, but I have a little bit of a trick for you to add extra flavor into any sauce you're making. So you know when you buy a wedge of Parmesan at the grocery store, you get it, it has that little end on it, you see the little stamp and you're like, ooh, it's fancy, it's real. What you wanna do is you wanna cut that off. Do not throw this out. Or maybe you've grated it all the way down to the end. This is a flavor booster. In soups, in stocks, in sauces, in whatever you can think, pop that in. It's gonna almost steep out this beautiful, almost Parmesan-y flavor into the sauce. It's free. You're gonna throw it out anyway, check it in, and you're in for a dream. Now, what I like to do with the rest of this wedge of Parmesan is typically, everyone likes a grated Parmesan on top. It looks fancy, it's nice. But if you're someone like me, you're gonna grate that Parm on top, you're gonna eat that layer of Parm, and then you're gonna continually have to go back and grate more. I end up probably putting 4 cups of cheese on my single plate of pasta because it just melts in. So what I've taken to doing lately is I actually grind my own Parmesan cheese at home. It sounds like a bit of a thing because you could just get it at the deli, but when you do it yourself, it is so, so tasty. So just chunk up a wedge of Parmesan, pop it into your food processor, and you just wanna blitz it until it's ground up. It's as easy as that. You're gonna get more texture. The thing is, when you buy it at the grocery store, you just get that super, super fine. But this one, you get bigger chunks as well. So you've got those little hunks of Parm in there. That easy, it smells amazing. I'm thrilled about that. All right, let's go check on our Bolognese. So this has been simmering for about 15 minutes. And fun fact about that little Parm wedge, doesn't that look amazing? Like so, so good. But do you see, look at this little Parmesan wedge. You take it out, it's kind of oozy now. It's a little soft. That as a little snack for you to eat, no one will have to know. It's the best thing in the world. Just fish it out and you're good to go. All right, I've got my pasta here. It is nice and cooked. I've drained it and added it back into the pot. So now what I'm gonna do is you can do it kind of classic style where you put the Bolognese on top of the pasta, but I actually like to sauce it in the pan. What that's gonna do is it's gonna coat every single noodle, get it absolutely beautiful. Add a little splash of that pasta cooking liquid. Give it a good mix together, just to start coming together. Oh, we got a little sticky, 1 second. If it sticks to the pan, just add the water and it'll come right off. Always a good thing. The thing too is when you are saucing your pasta, you actually want it to be a little bit sloppier in the pan than you want it on the plate. As the pasta cools, that starch comes out and it starts to get a little bit claggy. So a little bit more of that water and you are good to go. Never get rid of your pasta water. It's like Velcro for your dish. All right, that is looking beautiful to me. I'm gonna bring this on over. We are in for a treat and a half. all you need to do, you could do a chefy twirl, but I'm just gonna do a big old grab, pop that into a bowl, and like, if you want to, you can put more of that bolognese on top. We're getting sloppy, it's always a good thing. It is heaven. I hope you heard that. There's a lady in the audience that said heaven on a plate. And I personally agree. All right, a little bit of that parm right on top. And we've got a very special guest here today. We've got Kwame, our stand-in floor director. Come on out, Kwame. You might recognize Kwame from the social. Kwame, how do you feel about a pasta bolognese?
I'm excited. I make it at home, but yours is probably gonna be way better than what I did.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Kwame. Will you dig into that? Want to give it a go?
that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
He's gonna
Thank
go.
you.
He's got to go back to work. Let's see what's going on. How are we feeling about that sauce?
Sounds fantastic.
That's
Thanks.
fantastic. Great. Love it. We love it. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around. Two talented DIYers are competing in our furniture flip face-off. I cannot wait to see what they come up with at the end of the show. Look at them doing their thing. But joining me now in the studio with the latest denim trends, it's Alexis Honce. Hey! Always a thrill. Listen, if I'm looking for denim advice in general, this is the girl I call. 100%.
I'm a denim girly.
You
like,
are.
I live in denim. And sometimes I'm like, should I put on a dress pant today? No, it's denim. Because they're so comfortable, and I swear, like, everybody can find a pair they love.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you like new looks from the mall, so everything's like available. But I also don't want people to stray away from vintage denim.
Yeah.
I have like a supplier in Hamilton. Shout out to Sequel Jeans.
We love Sequel.
But you can like go get vintage denim at your thrift shop or whatever, or from her, some place like that, and then you can get it tailored to your body, because denim lasts forever.
It really
and
does.
it only gets better with age.
It gets softer. Oh my gosh. When you get a rip and it's like a rip from a purpose, what it's like.
And every
Not
time you see it, like, it's a
rip.
memory.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, that was great. All right, now if you like any of the looks you're about to see, just scan the QR code on your screen. Let's see the first look on Amanda. Come on out. Ooh, this is a good jean.
I just wanted to show like a classic look, because denim is just can be literally worn for years. You buy it once. If it's a nice classic silhouette like this, which is a wide leg,
Okay.
it's like a trouser. It's that silhouette that will literally never go out of style. So I just wanted to keep it a nice V-neck sweater, okay? And then we've got a nice little silk scarf to keep it Parisian.
This
but
is
with-
very Parisian.
It is very Parisian.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I went on Pinterest and I was like, denim outfits, and this popped up. Okay, very similar. I just want to tell you though, if you're struggling with jeans, like this is something that I put a lot of women in that don't want to do the skinnies anymore, or the straights feel like too much like a mom jean, or it's not as flattering. Like every single person should own a wide leg. These are Old Navy, so they're like under $60.
Yeah.
Super soft. I always say like it should be pretty soft and lightweight for like a wider leg jean, or it can get pretty heavy and bulky.
Yeah, stiff, for sure.
And then you just want it to reach the floor, because we love crop jeans. I'm in them today because they show a good shoe, but if you want something that'll last you forever, like all seasons into fall, winter, with your boots and your nice heels, like a floor length wide leg is the best.
Okay, fantastic. And I love this wash. It's like the most classic denim wash.
Yeah, I find if you go too dark, sometimes it really does, it's hard to match in your wardrobe. So that dark ink navy is so beautiful, but for me, hard to style.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And then super light washes are more for summer. So if
Yeah.
you get this medium, just like you said, it's like a medium wash denim, it's gonna last you all year.
I love it. Amanda, you look so cute. I love the scarf.
Yeah, so chic.
I know, so chic. Thanks so much, Amanda. Great job. I love the scarf. I was like, why didn't I want a scarf?
I know.
now?
I want to start doing them more. Scarves are like very big this season.
Are they?
Yeah, you can wear them in a multiple like different ways, but it does add just a nice little vibe.
She looks like she should be in a convertible. Yeah. All right, next up, we've got Janice. Come on out. Oh, Janice! This is good.
This is, and this is just showing you what's out there, okay? Because I will say, like, my mom doesn't own a pair of jeans, okay? But denim is still a very cool fabrication, and it gives that cool girl look. So you can still wear denim, even if you're like, I don't want to wear jeans every day. This is from Zara. It's about $79. But what I like about it, we layered it up here today because, you know, it's later in the year. We want to have a nice little transitional outfit here. But otherwise, this can be worn all year because it's still lightweight denim. It's got the gold button, so it really elevates it. So don't be afraid to layer that. And then you've got lots of different options. You can wear it for fall and winter with a nice boot underneath. Those are from H&M, and they're nice and slouchy there. You don't want to show too much skin with like an ankle boot. So underneath like a midi dress, you always want to wear a knee-high boot. And then just kept it really simple with the bag here too. But it's about denim as like a material cool girl thing. So if you haven't tried a denim dress, they come in form-fitted ones, but they also have A-line. They've got wrap dresses. I'd say this one's from Zara, but like Gap's amazing places for dresses, and Reitman's as well. Lots of different price points.
Really, really great stuff. Janice, you look so cool. I love the turtleneck. Thanks so much, Janice. Yeah. That was really cute. All right, finally, we have got Elizabeth. Come on out. Hey, Elizabeth. Guys, I was way too excited about this look. That's why I said it like this. Come on out.
Elizabeth rocks everything. I will have to say, I've never fit her and it didn't work. Okay, so this is a beautiful Zara top, and this is where I wanted to show they're just doing lots of cool new silhouettes.
Yeah.
I love a denim on denim. It's the Canadian, it's how we dress up as
We love a Canadian tax.
If
Yeah,
you
100%.
wanna dress up, you
Yeah.
wear a denim. This, they always say, you're gonna see this in all the magazines and online, but it literally is timeless now. So it is a trend, but you can buy it and wear it forever. But I love the little bow tie detail. You can also wear it long. You don't like the bow tie. And the puff sleeves is really beautiful. So it's more like a fashion forward kind of girly. Would look great with dress pants or a skirt too. You don't have to wear denim on denim. And then I had to show these jeans because I really like them. These are the 90s straight leg at Gap.
This is like a perfect straight leg.
It is a perfect straight leg because it's not too tight at the ankle.
Yeah.
It comes in a crop length, which most people like. This is the longer length. But it's just got a really nice fit with the high rise, and I feel like with a lot of people that I fit, the 90s straight leg works really well on them. And I like that dark wash. So we just finish it off. Whenever you have a long straight leg, people are like, what shoe do I put with it? I don't really put clunky shoes. I like either like a nice ballet flat or a pointy toe boot.
Okay.
Because that just elongates the leg.
Totally.
So that's your key to styling it there. And then we ended off matching the suede bags. That's also from Gap. Just doing denim on denim, you look cool.
I love it. Denim on denim, suede on suede. We've got it all. Elizabeth, thank you so much. You look amazing. Alexis, great job as per usual.
Thank you.
We love denim. We gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back. That was so good. Two pro DIYers are competing in our furniture flip face-off. We're gonna see the reveals at the end of the show. Things are getting busy up there. But joining us now is our resident DIY queen and today's face-off judge, Leanne Allaire-Perot. How's it going, Leanne?
Oh, it's going so great. I can't wait to see these competitors.
Okay, is this something, do you love learning DIY from other DIYers?
Oh, I totally do.
Yeah.
I'm totally inspired by others. And I think like part of it is that you get your hands in there and you just play, right? Like you can't take DIY too seriously.
No.
And some of like the best projects I've ever made have come by accident.
100%.
So yeah.
Which I absolutely love. Now, speaking of accidents, today we've got some easy DIYs, easy ways that we can fix some minor issues, we're gonna call them, around the house.
Accidents can happen around the house.
100%.
You get those little like chips in the wall, little dings, little nicks around it. No matter how perfect your house looks, your eye will always go to that little itty bitty thing. It's like, you know, you wear that perfect white dress shirt and you got the spaghetti stain. And I just noticed like I have a little drop of paint. It's driving me nuts. That's a true DIYer right there for you.
It's true. And I don't know what it is about these tiny little fixes, but for me, they're always the ones of like, I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
So I always call them my procrastination projects because the fix itself is actually not very hard and very quick. It's the preparation to do the fix that becomes super annoying. And for me, how hard could that be? It's like, it's just a little bit of paint, but you know what I have to do? I have to go to the basement and dig out the paint can.
Yeah, the right paint can.
I have to remember what was the color of the wall. Shoot, I didn't write it down. What was the sheen of that paint? And then I've got to go find the paint tray. And you know what? I can't find a clean paint tray. So I end up just grabbing the stained Tupperware from the spaghetti that I got on my shirt, right? That becomes my paint tray. And then, I've got to find the paint can opener, but of course, like, can't find that. So I just go and grab the butter knife from the kitchen. And the stir stick, it's never where you need it. So I end up grabbing chopsticks or skewers. And at that point, I'm giving up
100%.
and I'm over it. And I'm like, this will happen next weekend. We'll do this some other time.
Future Leanne's problem.
It's a future problem. Yeah, it's not a today problem. But you know how we can make it a today solution?
Ooh, I like this.
Is you are going to pick up one of these little gadgets. These are called slob-proof touch-up paint pens.
Okay.
So I use this pen and I took a little video of my little home project, filling up this little paint pen with a little syringe that it comes with. And then you basically fill it up with your paint, snap on the brush on the end, and then just crank the end. And this becomes your little touch-up paint pen. But Mary, let me tell you, you can store this for years. This will keep the paint fresh for years. So again, you just pop this off, give it a little twist, and you don't have to then dig out your paint can, right?
All in one.
All in one. So We've got the tool, but I'm gonna add the tip to this.
Yeah.
I use these in my own home, and you'll notice I have a little label on there. I would highly suggest that you take a little label maker or just handwrite something out and put the room, again, the color, the sheen, and now I've got all of these sitting in a drawer, so when I need to do a little
You just walk
freshen up,
around.
honestly, it's so therapeutic. You put on a little yacht rock music
Oh,
and you just do
yeah.
a little dun dun dun. Do a little touch up around the house, and you just feel so accomplished because everything looks so fresh and perfect.
This is great. And also, those 3 things basically replace that.
All of this.
Which is a dream.
We're not doing any of this. It's perfect for the touch-ups.
Okay, we love this. I'm getting this because I also have to fix my drawers. They're in the kitchen. They're a disaster.
That's the wear and tear, right?
100%.
It happens. Yes.
Now, next up, we're going to talk about patching nail holes in the wall, which I think is a big thing because what we do is we maybe move a picture.
You move
and
a picture.
Then you got this.
And you have like a beautiful wall, but your eye goes right there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. And now what do we have to do, Mary?
We got to do the thing.
You
and
gotta do the thing
putty.
with the thing,
Yeah.
and like, oh,
Yeah.
and like we didn't clean the thing
Yeah.
from the last time we did it, right? And the putty's all dried up
Yeah.
from the thing. I know that you actually enjoy doing this.
I do. It's kind of like making your wall a cake. Right? Which is kind of fun. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Instead of having to go dig out the icing and find your spatula, you are going to pick up this. I found this at my craft store, and let me tell you, mind blown.
Okay.
This is a little spackle kit. So you open this and you think, okay, Leanne, what's so exciting about this? We've got a little spackle to put, to put on the hole there. You put that on, but the end of this is a spatula.
Oh,
our
it's the
little
scrapey
putty knife,
thing.
right? So we're gonna do a little scrape.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna let that dry, and then of course, what do we have to do once it's dry?
You just sand it. There's sandpaper on the end too?
There's sandpaper on the end to give a little whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah.
And then you know what we're gonna do after that? We fixed it in a flash.
That is, I feel like I see you with a little fanny pack going around your house just fixing everything.
I am actually gonna do a little bedazzled DIY fanny pack for just these items
Dream,
out. I'm
dream.
gonna wear them around
You're
the
like,
house.
I'm my
whenever.
procrastination fanny pack. I love it. All right,
Yes.
next up we're gonna chat fixing scratches.
Okay, so I have a 120-pound dog who thinks he's a lap dog.
Yep.
And loves to snuggle, but also takes a particular path up the staircase, up our wood staircase, and you can see the path from the nails. that
Yeah,
have
the
gone up.
scritches.
So I did a little DIY update on my own staircase, and I took a little video to show you how I did it. And instead of pulling out the can of stain, pulling out sandpaper and everything else, I used a stain pen.
Okay.
So similar idea to the touch-up pen, but in this case, you can get stain pens in a whole bunch of different colors and finishes that are perfect for wood. And honestly, this happens in just minutes. You can see the array of colors here. If you don't see the perfect color for your wood finish, don't be deterred. This is great for furniture as well. You can mix these colors together.
Oh, great.
But I want to show you just a little tip that I've learned with doing this. You want to work relatively quickly. You don't have to be too precious, but you rub it on. You paint it on and then almost rub it off immediately.
Oh
so
my
you're just
gosh.
leaving it in those little divots.
Yeah.
And you make all of your scratches disappear.
Leanne, this is excellent. That is great. Wow.
Like new.
That was really good.
It's pretty good.
I like how many markers are involved right now.
It's basically craft fix-ups
Yeah,
around
it's
the
doodling.
house.
Yeah.
Just doing a little doodly-doo on
Yeah.
the staircase. Yeah, exactly.
Now, what are we talking about here? Because this is actually, I need your help.
Okay.
And
Grout.
Grout is my nightmare. Everyone should clean it more. I don't.
Cleaning grout is like low on the list
Yeah.
of anything I ever want to do.
Totally.
And even when you give me the proper cleaning tools, like give me all the gadgets and I still don't want to clean it. So we're not going to clean it. We are going to cover it with a grout paint specifically designed for grout that goes over top of mold and mildew stains.
Oh, wow.
If you have, again, the spaghetti stains from over there, if you have that in your grout, this will cover over, seal it. And again, I did this on my floor, so you can use this for backsplash. I did this on my floor in my front foyer. It takes a lot of, there's a lot of traffic coming through that space. So you just put a little bead of this grout stain and a little artist brush and let it set. If you overbrush it a little bit, I like these little like textured scrubbies here.
Yeah.
You just go in after it's dry and give that a little wipe, and your grout will be as good as new. Now you can get this in bottles and also little grout pens.
Okay.
But the bottles I love because there's a huge array of colors. So even from an aesthetic standpoint, if you're sick of dealing with white grout, why not go to a charcoal gray and make it very forgiving for the future? So you can totally change the look and vibe of your tiles by
Leanne?
just changing the grout.
You're changing my life right now. I love this so much. Thank you, Leanne. You're sticking around because you're going to be judging our competition. I cannot wait to see it. We got to take a break right now, though. We'll be right back. recipe that turns one meal into two. It's Eimear de la Rosa Brazel. Hello, Eimear! How's it going?
Great, Mary. Thanks for having me back.
Oh my gosh, you're always welcome in this kitchen.
Thank you very
Gotta
much.
love Eimear, the best. Okay, so I'm very excited because today we are talking one of my favorite kind of cold weather things.
Yes.
We're talking braising.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
And like, lads, it's October.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting cold out
It
there.
is.
Like any excuse to wear a cute hat,
Yeah.
nice little jumper, and a denim play suit.
Dream, a
We're
boot.
all denim today.
We're ready to go.
Honestly,
Yeah.
everyone's denim today. Okay, so nothing better.
Yeah.
Then, okay, maybe not a quick dinner, but something really, really flavorful.
Totally.
That like builds on everything, and you can use the leftovers for something else.
I love, and you know what I also love? It's not a quick dinner, but
Yes.
it's low on effort.
100%.
It's just sitting doing its
Yes,
thing.
absolutely.
So-
Like, you're gonna see how fast this comes together.
Yeah.
Like, really, really quick and easy.
So what are we seeing here?
Yes, okay, so we have pork shoulder.
Beautiful.
In here, and like pretty inexpensive to buy as well.
Totally.
So in here, I always preheat my pan before I start cooking.
Yeah.
Just to get a bit of heat in there, and that means when I add my oil, the oil isn't getting a chance to burn.
Yeah.
So all I did was season with salt all over the pork, and then get a really nice sear on each side.
Then
Now, as
check
you can
that.
see,
Oh yeah,
Love.
that's what you're looking for.
look at that.
Golden
So
brown.
Don't be scared to leave it sear just for a few minutes on either side. It'll lock in the flavor and also will help you build flavor throughout the dish. So after you get your sear, you're just gonna remove the pork.
Okay.
And we have a little bit of fat in here. Now we used a tablespoon of oil to start this out, but just like your pancetta earlier, we're also rendering out our pork.
Totally.
So there's a bit of fat in there as well. So we're gonna add butter in next.
Just for fun.
We've
We've got our pork fat, we got our oil, now we got some butter.
Why
Yeah,
not?
it's a dream.
Now, and if you are not a fan of the butter or a little bit dairy intolerant, you can just leave out the butter and just add in a little bit more oil.
Okay, perfect.
But butter makes things better.
It really does.
Butter
we love
makes
a butter.
things
Yeah.
better. So we're just gonna melt that down, then we're gonna go in with our onions.
Okay, perfect. So just a classic yellow onion here?
Yeah, just a big onion, or you can use a little bit less onions if you're not a bit of onion fan.
Perfect.
And then season with a little bit of salt in here as well. So we're just gonna cook those out slightly, and then we're gonna go in with all of our herbs and spices.
Okay.
So we have a good mix here.
We've got some
Oregano.
Oregano, let's go right
we'll
on
go
in.
our oregano, and then we have some rosemary.
Perfect.
And then the 3 C's, we have chili powder,
Yeah.
cumin, and coriander.
Yeah, we do.
So we'll go in with that. You got this, Mary.
I got it.
You got this, girl. And just stir around there. And we have a little bit of fond stuck to the end of the pan here. Whenever we sear pork or any meat, really, some of it gets stuck to the end of the pan.
It does, and you think it's a mess, but that's just flavor,
Not.
baby.
Just let it roll.
Oh, yeah.
Let it build. So onion powder, bay leaf goes in.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Perfect. And then our chopped garlic as well. If you want to just give that a wee little chop for me, Mary.
I'm on it, Eimear.
Perfect. So we're just going to cook these out. Now, our goal here isn't really to get a colour on our onions. We just want to get out the sweetness. There's so much flavour in onions. So you just want to cook them on the stove just for like 5 minutes, and you'll start to get that aroma. And there's nothing better than the smell of onions and garlic.
No, it's
cooking.
true. You smell this coming into someone's house, you're like, I'm eating well
Yes,
tonight. Yeah.
or even outside their house.
Oh,
even
yes,
better.
true.
So we'll cook this out for a few minutes, and then we can see our fond down here at the end of the pan, and we're going to deglaze with some wine. So we're just going to turn this up a wee bit before we go in.
So you're looking for that sizzle.
Yeah. So what we're going to do here is just give this a little bit of a stir, and we're just going to reduce this wine just until it's kind of gone.
Okay.
Now, if you're not a big person that wants alcohol, doesn't want alcohol in their food, now we are going to cook out the alcohol,
Yeah.
so not to worry too much. But if you're someone that doesn't want to add wine or anything to their dishes, just use water.
A splash of water will
Same
do.
thing, you're still going to lift all the fond off the bottom, so
Beautiful.
it'll work perfectly. So we're just going to give that a stir, reduce slightly, and now everything else just gets dumped in.
We love
It's
this.
great.
We love
Just dump
this.
it in.
All right, so
Dump
we're
it
going in with a liter of chicken
chicken
broth?
stock. Yeah.
Perfect.
So we're going in with our chicken stock, and then a tin of plum tin tomatoes.
Oh, beautiful.
And I always specifically use plum tin tomatoes because, like, look at that.
That's a cutie.
Right?
That's a cutie.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right? And then everything else just goes back in.
Okay.
So we're just going to add back in our pork.
Okay.
In she goes.
And then we're going in with some potatoes.
Of course, potatoes.
You gotta do it.
You're not going to have an Irish person here without using potatoes, are you now? So spuds go in, and then also the parsnip. But say if you don't like potatoes for some really weird reason, no offense. Or parsnips, you can use whatever you want.
Yeah.
Bit of fennel.
Oh, beautiful.
Bit of broccolini.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of acidity in there. So this is all we have to do. So all we're going to do now is going to bring this to the boil, and then we're just going to chuck it into the oven, 300 degrees for 3 hours.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take him to the back.
Yes,
This is the workout
lovely.
for the day. We love it. And then we end up with something that looks like this. This is still a little bit warm. Let's
It
take a
is.
gander at her.
We're excited for this.
So this is dinner number 1.
Yes.
Look at that. Absolute stunner.
Yes.
Like you just can get a little piece of that. We could just serve
Or-
up a big piece. Yeah.
know about you, but that's how much I know.
I was gonna say, this is beautiful. It's almost like a pot roast. You've got those parsnips, a little potato.
And it's a dinner in one.
100%.
And like, yeah, we would have cooked out the onions a little bit more, but like, you know,
beautiful.
10 minutes.
This is a dream. Sitting
Right?
with a bowl, you're having a good time.
Yes.
Now, Eimear, you promised us 2 recipes with this beautiful dish. So what are we doing?
Okay, so second up. So when we taken the braise out of the oven,
Yep.
you're just gonna remove some of that braising liquid.
Okay.
But the most important thing is whenever we braise something, let it sit in the liquid.
Yes.
For like minimum a half an hour. Or if you have the time, do the braise the day before.
Okay.
And put it into the fridge overnight.
Oh, that's a good
Day
thing.
2,
She's a dream.
we love her. Lads, day
All right.
2 is always better with flavor.
So we've got that beautiful sauce that you've strained out, and this is the genius of Eimear. She's taking something that I would have called stew, and she's making it into pasta. I love this energy.
We
Let's see what
love
we're doing.
pasta. Okay, so we've taken some of our braising liquid, and there's so much flavor already in this. And because it's day 2, our flavor is going to be so much more intense the next day. So we've cooked this down. So if it's a little bit thick, you can add a little bit of pasta water, or if it's too thin, just reduce it a little bit.
Perfect.
So now we're going to add in, so I'm using rigatoni here.
Oh, nice.
We're just going to add in our cooked rigatoni. And using the same pot, like boil the pasta in the pot, strain it, and then put in your tomato sauce.
We love.
Use all that residual heat that you already have. So then we're just gonna give,
Eimear.
no one saw that. No one saw that.
No, here on The Good Stuff, we make a mess of the kitchen sometimes. It's okay.
Grand. It's grand.
So we get
Okay.
this nice and shredded big chunks, and then we mix this pasta into here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dump.
You dump.
And when we dump, we always go away,
Away
from
from
us,
us?
not towards us,
No.
especially when we decide to wear white on TV. So pasta goes in.
Beautiful.
And we're just gonna give that a little bit of a stir.
Oh my gosh,
And, like,
already.
so simple.
Yeah, you put that on the table, everyone's happy. But, Eimear,
know.
we have a mountain of cheese.
Yes, we do.
What are we doing with this mountain of cheese?
Well,
Yeah.
I was about to say these are my 2 favorite cheeses,
Yes.
but that's not fair.
That's not fair. Any cheese I'm eating is my favorite cheese.
Yeah, that's not
That's
fair.
my dream.
We're not gonna say that.
Yeah.
So mozzarella on.
Beautiful.
We're just gonna layer this all
Yes.
over. And then, of course, Parmesan.
Just some Parmesan, guys.
Just a wee bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit on top.
Of Parm.
We won't be stingy.
Yes. We are not shy here.
We are not shy. Oh,
So
Mary,
we've got that
please.
residual heat. We've popped it into an oven.
We have. I'm gonna eat some.
Okay, you do you.
Yeah.
So when we pop that into an oven, everything's already cooked, so we're not necessarily looking to cook anything.
No,
we're just
not.
heating stuff up and melting cheese.
When you're cooking your pasta, do it a little bit al dente because it will finish off in the oven. But the great thing about this is if you don't have enough time, you can just cook the pasta the entire way through, put all your cheese on top, and then just put it under the broiler.
Bob is your uncle,
Yes.
Eimear. I am going to give this a taste.
Yes. Oh.
It's always an
Right
absolute
place.
pleasure. Look at this cheesy. Look
Stop.
at this.
Stop.
Get out of here. Guys, we got to take a quick break. Eimear, thank you
God.
so much yet again. There's so many ideas. We got to take a break. Stick around. We'll be right back. You can do so many things with this meat. You can make It is time for expert DIYers Tanya and Kathleen to reveal their furniture flip face-off creation. I'm feeling pumped about this. All right, Leanne, can you please remind us how you're going to be judging these 2 amazing DIYers?
Yes, we have a few criteria. Furniture makeover, so a furniture piece was a must. A decor item, something hung on the wall. A little bit of bonus points for bonus items,
Love.
but then the big point score is all about personality and their DIY specialty.
Okay, I'm very excited. This is, again, very tall order. No small task. So let's see what you 2 came up with. All right, Tanya, you are up first. Talk us through what you did.
Yeah, so this used to be an old tea cart that actually was on the curb, and then I kind of brought it back to life.
I love that shop in the curbside boutique.
Yeah,
I love that.
curbside boutique. Curbside boutique. And so I own a studio that we do arts and crafts, so I thought I'm gonna make this into a bead bar.
Yeah.
So I sanded it down, painted it, and then this was a Lazy Susan that I kind of added some layers.
Okay.
Inside here is candlesticks that I kind of used resin and put some beads in there as well.
Beads in the candlestick.
So-
Beads is the decor.
Yeah, and this actually turns, so it's like a lazy person's
Craft thing.
yeah. So that's the tabletop item, and then and there's also a secret drawer. I'll throw that up. Okay. And then for the wall, so this is actually foam balls that I covered in yarn to look like beads.
Yeah.
And then there's more beads. There's a lot of beads. And then these are perler beads. So I don't know if you remember remember when you were a kid, like used to iron those on.
Did anyone just get like a nostalgia throwback?
Yeah. So those are perler braids that we added on as well. And
I didn't even know it was a DIY.
That is amazing. And did you make these pom-poms?
Yeah.
Now, I want to know about, she said there's a secret with the
So
drawer.
there's a couple things.
know.
So we have first of all, this lights up. It's hard to see in this.
Okay.
I
but there
totally
is-
noticed that there's
a
lights
little bit of
underneath.
light
It's a
there.
disco ball.
So it's a disco, yes, also disco part. And then,
Can I open it?
because I'm lazy.
Can I open it?
Yeah,
Is something going to
please.
jump out at me?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Candy jar.
She's trying to buy my vote. And it might be working.
I was gonna say, I was like, this is excellent.
This is amazing.
Beads and candy? This is like a birthday party.
Like a whole, just don't put the wrong
Thing in your mouth. I was gonna say, make sure you're like gummy.
Yeah.
Gummy.
So
Okay.
good.
I love this. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely stunning. So great. I love you. Leanne, what are you thinking?
I love your use of color. Honestly, the color, all the texture, and especially the texture with the yarn. I love that you brought your passion for beading to life through other mediums as well. I think that that's brilliant. And she had me at candy.
We have it at candy.
Right?
I'm gonna keep eating this candy. All right, Kathleen, you are up. Tell us what you did over here.
Okay, so I was going for like a nostalgia grown-up sort of entryway. So my standalone piece is, this was a Barbie dollhouse.
wow.
It used to have like behind all of the flowers, it used to be all the like rugs and tile and all the printed stuff. Is that
wallpaper?
It's actually napkins that I unfolded and decoupaged. Yeah.
Like
so-
decoupage.
Yep. So it just goes on really easy. The pattern's super forgiving. You don't have to like line anything up perfectly. And then just painted that. And yeah, then I filled it out as like a shoe rack. So you could put this at the front of your door. You can put all your storage stuff in there.
This is so
And
cute.
then if you have a little one, they could use it also as a dollhouse.
That's
So-
amazing. Okay, what do we got going on your wall?
So this is actually a bulletin board that I covered up. So all these fish are kind of like the lanyard lizard type of thing.
Yes.
So I made a bunch of them, and
I was really into those. I'm getting a nostalgia. Yeah.
so that's what I've done here. And you can like switch them out. You can take the pins off and replace them, or switch it up with whatever art you have going on. And then my last one is this paper mache
love
floral
this.
arrangement, and this was an old coffee tin.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it right
so
now.
one of my favorite things is to take something and repurpose it into something.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to go for here.
So,
with the
and then
coffee
you just
tin.
paper mache'd around it and made
Yep.
the handles with paper mache.
Yep.
Stop.
All paper mache.
Creative
Yep, and
wheels
that's
are
a
spinning.
bowl. Yeah.
And that's a bowl?
Yep, that's a paper bowl, and that's the
Kathleen's
coffee
just
tin.
throwing away. She's like, and that's a bowl. No big deal. This is amazing. All right, Leanne. Give us a quick number on this and then tell us what you're thinking.
Okay, well, I love the element of surprise of taking something and repurposing it to something totally different, and love this as a shoe rack. I think it's a great statement piece. And I'm sorry, coffee canister, like that looks like it should be museum worthy.
Yes.
I love that.
All right, Leanne.
No, don't make me, Mary.
You have to choose a winner.
Don't make me.
You have to choose a winner.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit back and eat my candy.
This truly is an impossible task to pick a winner, because you're both winners, and knowing how much goes into DIY, heart, soul, blood, sweat, all of those things, they're both so beautiful. I'm gonna give this one to Kathleen.
One is a winner here on The Good Stuff. And thank you both for doing this with us today. We're sending each of you home with a Cricut Joy Extra and Everything bundle, plus a $200 gift card to each of you to Value Village to help you with your next projects. Happy crafting!